my name is Ashlee Stormo, and I have not made a video since December, but I am going to do my obligatory quarantine TBR. The first book that I want to read is Renegade Women. It is by Elizabeth Weitzman, and Andrea over at Book Ramble got this for me. It is just some history about ladies in the film and TV industry. The next book that I want to read is I Am C-3PO, The Inside Story by Anthony Daniels, foreword by J.J. Abrams. It is a behind the scenes look at what it was like being C-3PO. My friend Brooklyn got this for me since she knows how much I love Star Wars and how much I really enjoyed the behind the scenes look at the through the Princess Diarist that Carrie Fisher wrote. So this was a very thoughtful gift and I'm excited to read this. The next book that I'm planning on reading is Furious Love. You may have seen me do the unboxing. This is from my mom. It's in another language. So she did re-buy me the other version. I'm too lazy to go get it. It's a story about Elizabeth and Richard's tumultuous relationship. I read somewhere that she wanted it published because she didn't want the world not to know after he died. So I'm excited to read this because I'm obsessed with Elizabeth Taylor. The next book that I'm going to read is by Ali Wong, one of my favorite comedians, and it's called Dear Girls. It's a story she wrote, or a book she wrote for her daughters, and it says, like, daughters, don't read this if you're not old enough yet. I'm very excited to jump into it again because she's one of my favorite comedians. Shelby got this for me because she knows that I love Ali Wong. If you have not acquainted yourself with her comedy specials, they're on Netflix and they're fantastic and you should. She's a really interesting writer and performer. The next book I want to read is by Leanne Moriarty and it's called 9 Perfect Strangers. This is the author who wrote Big Little Lies. Love her writing style. I like how all of her side characters are interesting and they're not just there to be there, and I think she writes females really well. I will let you know what I think of this. I want to finish Miss D and Me, which I have been reading for quite a while, about Betty Davis and her personal assistant. I've cracked my way into this one, but I stopped it because there were companion novels that were suggested to me, so I'm working on those too. The first thing that I did when I heard that we were going to be potentially quarantined was I went to the library, got all my books. My mom made me Lysol them when I got home. So this is called Dress for Success by Edith Head. She's a costume designer, so she worked on movies like Sabrina, if you know that one. And I just thought that this would be a good companion novel to some of the movies that I watched. So I guess not a companion novel, but like a companion thing to like have insight into what her process was and stuff. And it's got these cute illustrations in there that seems very 50s and 60s inspired. So I'm excited to read this because she's so interesting in the movie community. I also picked up this book. It's by Jenna Fisher. I recently binged The Office after years of my friends, specifically you, Megan, telling me to. They were right, it was good. You just, if you for whatever reason don't like The Office, if you train through the first few episodes, the format will kick in and you'll get it. It's fantastic. I actually still have to finish the last season, but I'm watching it very slowly because I'm sad for it to be done. The next 2 books are actually books that I'm reading because I want to write a certain character who's kind of a hippie. I don't meditate. I had a bad experience with it when I was growing up with P90X, but again, I want my character to be hippy dippy. So I'm reading this book. It's called A Course in Meditation, so that I can understand how to write her well. Same with the book The Wisdom of Insecurity by Alan Watts. This is my favorite philosopher, but it goes hand in hand with the character that I want to write. So I'll probably skim these, to be honest. The next book that I want to read is Fashion, A Visual History from Regency and Romance to Retro and Revolution. Again, this is for a character that I want to write, which the Edith Head thing will come into play too. I just want her to be super obsessed with fashion. So I got a picture book. That is why I got this book too. Ooh, it's really heavy. Dior is my favorite fashion house. They're always my favorite on the red carpet. So I got a history of Dior. I decided my character would love Dior because then I can at least be reading something that I actually think is interesting. But there's some really pretty pictures in here. I heard so many people in the booktube community talking about City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is the same author as Eat, Pray, Love. It's about a girl who in 1940 she is going to university and she has to drop out, so she ends up immersed in the world of theater. I think that's what it's about. And all of the things that I've heard are positive about this, and apparently she's a very well rounded out character, and it's told from the point of view of the character when she's old, so that kind of reminds me of that book that a lot of people went on about for a long time, The Seven Wives of Evelyn Hugo, I think is what it's called. I haven't read it. I bought it and I sent it to one of my friends to read, so I still need to read that one. But if you liked that one, I'm assuming that this one is one you would like, because it's a very similar premise in the sense that it's like someone looking back on their life. There are a few other books that I could read. I don't know that I would power through this whole stack because I don't know how long, wow, it's a really big stack, because I don't know how long we will be at home. If you want to see reviews of these, I'm not as active on here as I once was, but I will be doing little Instagram story reviews of them. My handle is at Ashlee Stormo. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you soon. I forgot to use my wand during this.